everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. As promised last night, we are going to do a fun little chickie today. I've got a bigger one over here and my little guy off to the side over here. And these are awfully cute and pretty easy to do. So we're just going to start by giving ourselves an outline to work with and do some color blocking. I'm just going to start with our simple shape here. And you can make these big rocks or little rocks. Today we're making another larger size one. A couple wings and a couple feet. I just realized I used my dark orange and I was using my light orange last time, but that's okay. It won't hurt us at all. So today I'm using, I got a light orange, a dark orange, yellow, white, and black here. We're going to go in and add our eyes because I like to always get a couple coats of the white on there, especially when I'm working directly on a rock. Depending on your rock, sometimes they will absorb a little bit of the paint. So I just like to get those on there so they have a time to set a little bit. We'll probably give them possibly another coat, but this rock's actually not pulling too much of the paint in, so we might not need 2 coats on that. And now we're going to fill in, we forgot to give him his little head feathers. Now that we used our dark orange on that bottom coat, I'm going to continue so it all matches. A couple little head feathers there. Now first we're going to go in and color the entire thing with yellow. And then we'll work with our blending. So just give it a nice full fill in with your yellow. And right up around those eyes. Like so. We'll get it nice and close in there. We'll use the white to touch that up a little bit too when we do our second coat. And today I'm using what are considered medium tip pens. And I just realized as I said that out loud, I didn't link to them above like I normally do, but I'll add that link when I get done here today, if anybody wants to go check those out. But they're the 5M or medium tip. So I'm going to stay away from the orange for now, just while I put on this first coat, just so I don't have to worry about cleaning my tip 1,000 times. So just fill it in with a nice coat. It's going to take 2 to get this one all the way in there. So do that, and then we're going to fill in our body yellow and our wings. So I did the Mardi Gras mask earlier this week, and I was thinking, what am I going to do for the rest of this week? I wanted to do something else, so I thought, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of Easter stuff already popping up, so I thought, oh, I can start. See, I got a little bit of orange on my tip there, but that's okay because we're gonna work with that anyways as we move along here. So now that we've got our one coat of yellow here, I'll fill in a little bit on these spots that I can see the rock. We're gonna do another coat of the light orange. And let me refresh my screen here because I'm seeing comments, and like normal, I can't see them on my phone. So let me get these pulled up here while this first layer is drying a little bit, because we're going to go over it with the second layer here. Hi Sheila, hi Christine. Are we doing a bunny rock soon? I haven't done a bunny rock yet, but I kind of have an inkling to do one, I'm not going to lie. So stay tuned. I'm pretty sure we'll probably get a bunny rock out. I'm actually going to pull my lighter orange rock to do the outline the second time. On these ones out here, I didn't do dark orange all the way on the outside. That was a mispull on my part when I first got started. So either way, maybe this one will turn out better, but we're just going to put a nice thick coat of orange, and we're just going to start in sections because we want to work this while it's still a little bit wet. So we're just going to go right in with our yellow, and almost in a circular motion, you're going to kind of go along that edge, and you can pull that orange and blend with that orange right into your yellow. And I go all the way up into the edge because I don't really want too much orange left over. We're just trying to give him more of a golden look. So we'll start by going all the way around the edge. And don't worry about your pens. The more you start experimenting and doing these things with your pens, the more relaxed you'll be able to be about it. At first, it used to freak me out, but don't worry. I promise you're not going to ruin your pens. Now, once you get all the way around that edge, you start working your way inward, and you're slowly going to get more of your yellow paint coming down your pen as you get to the center. Just naturally, more paint's coming down, and you're leaving that orange behind. Go around our eyes here. And I'm not pushing very hard because I don't want to pull up the paint that's below. So I'm just kind of nice light little circles here. Work your way to the center like so. And we're going to do that twice because I want it to be a nice thick coat. So if you still see some lines in areas, just let them be for now. So we're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to make sure I got most of the orange off. Most of the orange is off anyways, but if you want on a little piece of note paper to clean off the tip, you can. So we're going to go and do the same thing here on little Chickie's body. And like I said, I just work with one space at a time because you don't want the orange to start drying before you can come in with your yellow. So I'm going to put down a little bit of yellow there in the middle, and then I'm going to come along that edge. Just get as close to the edge as you can without going over. Just kind of in a circular motion. Just blending that in together to get you that nice golden color. And then just work your way into the belly, like so. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to just clean our tip just a little bit over here, and we're going to do our wings next. And we've got a couple people popping in over here. Another Christine. Hi, Christine. And hi, Lori. I'm glad you can't wait. I hope you do give these a try. I love, love, love when you guys share the rocks that you guys do in the comments. It really makes my day. Keeps me motivated to decide on new things to share. Just like that. And the body actually is nice and thick, but I want to do another layer on the head here. But like I said before, we're going to want that to dry a little bit before we go back in. So what we're going to do in the meantime, I'm going to add another layer on my little feet down here quickly. Oops, sorry, bumped the tripod there. So we're going to do just a second layer here down on our feet. And for that, I was using this the darker orange. So that's why I had pulled that on accident before. And let's go in and do let's add another little coat to our white in the centers here, because that's nice and dry. Be careful, try not to get your yellow on your tip. I mean, we can clean it off, but if you pull yellow into your eyes, then you're gonna have to wait and do a whole nother level or layer. And we'll shape those back out when we're all done too, a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to take our orange again, and since I'm working right on the rock, I just want to do a second layer here. It's not necessary, but I can still see some of that rock there, and I just want it to be a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to kind of go along the edges here one more time, like so. And I kind of want the inside of these to be a little bit more yellow, so we're going to start up there. There we go. And just again, just kind of work your way around. Try not to push down too hard so you don't leave too many lines. And sometimes you'll notice too, as things dry, it will look a little bit more flat than possibly when you're drawing with it. The paint kind of levels out a little bit. We're just going to work all the way around our little chickie, like so. There we go. And if you want more yellow to it, just take your orange tip. You can just kind of one dab down and draw on it, and it will come back to yellow for you. If you get really carried away and you get a lot of color on your tip and you don't have a chance to get it all off, or you're done with the color you're working with, you can actually take these tips out and rinse them off in the sink as well, believe it or not. And they're very easy to remove. And I'll even show you real quick here. This wasn't quite as dry. If you let your layers dry a little bit more in between, this will be a little bit easier of a process. But like always, I'm trying to get through the whole tutorial in one sitting with you guys. But see, just like this, these tips come right out like that. So you can rinse this off underneath the kitchen sink if you need to. Sometimes if you get black on there, sometimes that's a little bit harder to get off. You can also flip your tip of your pen if it gets too worn. I haven't had to do that yet, but if it gets too worn from working on rocks over time, you could do that as well. So we're gonna let this dry. It's looking pretty good right now. I'm happy with how that looks with that second coat. Let me put the lids on these ones. And so I do have a little bit of orange on here that I need to get off. See, if you dab, 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 you can see orange. Just give it a little draw. I have heard some people have fun little rocks that they keep off to the side that they make designs on with their pens when they have the colors mixed on the tip. I think I'm going to be starting one of those soon because I think they turn out really neat. It'd be really fun to have. So we're going to take our white and we're going to come in, try to shape, well, that's still pretty wet. So I don't really want to mess up my whites here by getting too carried away. So we're going to let this sit for a second. So I'll say hi to everybody else that's here. Just notified you you're late, Sue. I don't know how long it takes for notifications to go out. Yeah, but I'm glad you're here. You can watch the replay to catch the beginning, but we haven't been on for too long. But yes, if you're just joining now, we've got a little bit done. And hi, Raven. I see that you're popping in here as well, too. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the beak because since it's a darker than the color underneath, I don't have to worry about it messing up too much. For the beak on this little guy, I'm just going to kind of hover kind of close to the eyes on this one. Just depends on your style of chick that you're going for, but just kind of like an oval, and you can bring it out to just the tiniest little point on the corner of the mouth. And that's it. Now he's got a beak. Just that simple. Oh, thank you, Joni. I love them too. I did this little guy first because I just wanted to test to see if I could get the colors to blend the way that I wanted them to. And then I just thought, oh, I'm going to make a bigger one. So now we're making a whole family of chicks to hide around town. But they're really fun to do. And yes, I agree. They turn out very cute. So we're just going to round our eyes off a little bit. If you're doing this at home, I encourage you to let your colors dry a little bit more in between layers. Maybe go get yourself a cup of coffee, a glass of water or something in between. I'm just going at it here a little faster because I don't like to make you guys sit too long for dry time. So just try to round out your eyes as well as you can. You can go back with the yellow and easily cover white. So just get your whites larger than you might need. You can touch up later with a nice little layer around the eyes. So that's got to dry a second, and then we'll add our pupils. I'm hoping to see a whole lot of these chicks in the comments below. I see a lot of you guys are here. There was a lot of people excited about this one when I posted the sneak peek picture last night. So I really hope you guys give these a try because they are lots of fun. All right. Oh, Raven, I love the dangles. The dangles are still one of my favorite things to do. So he's still a little bit wet there. I don't want to go to do those pupils. I want them to be nice and black. So we're going to just kind of wait it out a little bit and chit chat here. You've had troubles. Took them apart, cleaned the tips. The red finally started working, right? Misty, if your pen isn't working, if it never worked right or you used it once and it wasn't working right since, it depends on the size that you have. Every once in a while, the extra fine tip ones, we can chat about this while we let this dry a little bit. The extra fine tip ones, which are the ones that kind of have almost this like plasticky tip to them, the paint can dry in the tip, but they are water-based. So a little bit of a dab of water on the tip sometimes will loosen up whatever might be there. I have had that happen occasionally with the ones I use less often. So if you haven't used a pen for a while, like if you primed it, and what I mean by prime is when they first come, there's no paint on the tip, and you press it down to get the paint flowing. If you prime it, use it once and set it on your shelf. I store mine horizontally, but if I set it on my shelf and don't use that color for a while, sometimes when I come back, the tip, it won't quite flow readily right away because it will dry in the tip a little bit. So sometimes a little bit of water can help with that. I've never put more paint in any of mine, but you do have to shake them up pretty good. I shake mine up really good each time before I use it. So maybe you didn't have them quite mixed in all the way, possibly. That could possibly be it, but never be scared to rinse the tips off because they are water-based paints, so you're not going to hurt anything by doing that. Any bunny rocks? Somebody else is asking about bunny rocks. Raven, I think there's going to be a bunny rock in the future. I'm not going to say a date, but I promise I will do a bunny rock because I love bunnies, and they'll be really cute. So we're going with giant, big, happy pupils here for our little chick. Oh, and there's my glasses bumping the tripod again. Sorry, guys. And if the big marker for doing these is intimidating, you can use a smaller one, but I'm trying to use all the same size today. These are all from the same set. We got our eyes like that. Now we gotta let that dry before we can add in our little highlight, but that will be the last step to this little guy and he'll be finished up. So bunnies are requested. Any other requests of things that you might wanna see, leave them in the comments. If it's something I don't know how to do, I'll try it a few times before I come live so I don't make a fool out of myself, but I do take requests. I have had a few in my inbox. You can private message me if you want, or you can leave it in the comments on any of the videos. But a couple requests for a bunny. We'll definitely get a bunny done. See, I'm shaking my white up right now. I do, however, make sure you're checking the 52 rocks prompts because those I will do one for each of those prompts as the prompts come along, but I'm not going to get ahead. So if it's going to be in there, I'll wait until it's the week for it, or possibly the week before, just to give you guys a little bit of a head start. But I'm going to move them out of screen so you don't have to sit and watch me. I'm going to try to expedite this process a little bit. Oh, Linda, Gail, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys like these videos. We're really having a lot of fun with it. We're actually in the process of getting a site set up online. Ooh, Kathy, dragonflies. I love that idea. You know what? I'm going to write that down. I really love that idea. That might be, I don't have them all memorized. That might be one of the prompts. Possibly. I'm not 100%. I'm going to peek. Yep, dragonflies are week 18. So in a couple months, we'll be doing dragonflies for sure. If you're not familiar with the prompts for the challenge, the 52 Rocks Challenge, we have one prompt a week that we encourage everybody to try to create a rock to match. Right now, we are on Mardi Gras masks, and next week is awareness ribbons. If you go to the pinned post on the Facebook page, up above, you can see the whole list of prompts. We're pretty close here. I'm going to use an extra light hand and get these on here. We're going to kind of almost dab a little bit so we don't get any, pick up any black. Oop, got a little black on that one. I'll clean it up later. You guys get the idea. That's the main thing. I'm going to let those dry and then I'm going to give those a second coat. But as of that point, he's good to go. He's finished. Let him dry fully. And then make sure that you give them a good spray if you're going to put them outside. Sorry, I'm going to read here Missy's comment. Yes, you may want to look into sending them back. I would have contacted them anyways, even if you've opened them. If there's something wrong with them, I mean, they're a great brand. I would reach out and see if they would send some new ones to you. Yeah, you said it won't prime at all, so it won't push down. The tip won't push down at all. If the tips aren't pushing down at all to release any paint, I would definitely contact them because you pay enough money, they should be working just fine for you. I've never had one not work, so. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the day today. So thanks for joining in. I hope you give these little chickies a try. And as always, please, please, please come back and share your pictures in the comments. I would love to see lots and lots of little chickies in the comments when I check back later. And everybody have a good weekend. And you can also look forward to the Rockin' Weekend post on Saturday mornings to share any rocks that you're working on. They don't have to necessarily be ones that we're doing here. So you guys all have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by.